Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Master Flame from Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga with my co-host today, Mr. Kevin Kowalczik from Littleton, Colorado at Revolution Martial Arts. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm great. I got a good workout in today. I just had
Good, man.
my post-workout meal. We'll talk about it in a minute. And here I am chatting with you and getting ready to get on with the rest of the day, as I'm sure you're getting ready to teach classes. So let's talk about this word of the month. We've been talking about nutrition. This is our second week in, and our quote for this week says, "A man too busy to take care of his health is like a mechanic too busy to take care of his tools."
Ooh.
So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that quote for this week?
Too busy to take care of his tools. I like that. Yeah. Your health is important. Without your health, you have nothing. Right? Like you're dead. Like your health is everything, right? Like how do you be a good husband or a good father or a good friend or a good business owner or anything if you're not taking care of your health? Like your health should be your number one priority. That's why they say, you know, in the airplane thing, right? Like when the masks drop to put yours on before assisting your kids. Like if you're not taking care of you, how can you take care of anything or anyone else, right? So I like that. Not taking care of his tools. That's a good analogy.
So the topic of the theme says eating foods with good nutrition. Let me start over. Eating foods with good nutrition is important for taking care of your body, right? What we put in our body, right, kind of helps, determine how you're going to feel. I was just talking to the kids the other day because, of course it was Easter, and you know me.
Oh, man.
I love my Reese's. I love jelly beans and Jelly Belly. But I was like, I just said this, and the kids looked at me with eyes like really big. I said, sugar is like poison to your body. And they just went. And all the parents were kind of giggling a little bit. I'm like, but literally, sugar is like poison for your body. And I know this because when I'm eating too much sugar, like I feel lethargic. I feel kind of zoned out. Like my brain is not even functioning properly.
A fog. Yeah, it's
just a fog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? My lunch, by the way. So it was right after I work out. I had 3 eggs, quarter of an avocado, and 2 pieces of bacon. I cut out my English muffin. I usually have an English muffin because I'm trying to trim down a little bit, right?
We are what we eat, right? So like
had to get that protein fill.
Yeah. The more you're eating garbage, the more you're gonna feel like garbage, right? Like it's so true. If you're eating fast foods and processed foods, if you're eating stuff that's not considered, necessarily the healthiest, best thing, like our bodies weren't designed to process that stuff. That's you know what I mean? Our bodies weren't designed to take in like all these chemicals and sugars and different things in our body. And then we wonder why we feel, joint pain or why we don't sleep well at night or why we have anxiety. And then we turn to things like, staring at the cell phone screen all the time, It's like, it's this chain reaction of fueling our bodies improperly. I think that really takes a toll. Some people too, like if you've ever, and maybe some of you guys that are watching this, throw in some questions and some comments too. We want to know, who's watching and if you have any questions about nutrition and how to fuel your body properly. But maybe some of you guys that are watching this, have you ever tried to cut something out and then your body goes through like a weird phase of withdrawals on it? You know what I mean? Like you try to cut out sugar or soda. You try to not drink soda for a while.
No bang.
And all you crave soda like crazy. Yeah, bang.
Bang.
It's like that though. Like your body gets addicted, like a drug almost. Your body gets like addicted to certain foods and certain things. Like McDonald's, they put stuff in there to make that food addicting, man, to make you want it. And it's like, it's so bad for you. If people could realize Dr. Pepper, Rich knows what's up. Dr. Pepper is one of those ones, man. It's just like so good.
Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew. For me, like in high school, Mountain Dew was like my drink, but that has so much terrible sugar in it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Slade is watching. Slade's one of our Krav Maga students. He and Ben. Why are you guys watching? You guys are supposed to be in school right now. You should be. Get off. Go back to class. Or is it lunchtime? I don't know.
It's lunchtime, and they better be eating something healthy.
Rich says 7 years, no soda. I was not really. Our kids were not raised on soda. Didn't like soda. I don't enjoy soda so much. But then again, like I was drinking Bang for a while, and that's really in a sense a lot like a soda minus a lot of the sugars, but like all the caffeine and the extra carbonation. But man, it's been over 40 days because I gave up for Lent. I gave up alcohol. I gave up soda, cut all that stuff out. And I haven't really, now that I'm past that hump, I don't ever crave any of it. So that's been good.
Well, you know me, brother. I always have to be a little controversial. I'm gonna say one thing that some people could probably try to cut out and go without, that people are gonna be like, no, I can't do that. Coffee, bro. Starbucks coffee. Now, sometimes coffee's not bad for you. Don't get me wrong. You can have, if it's just black coffee, but if you have it like the way I have it, where it's a cappuccino with the caramel and all the extra and the whipped cream, and it's like, God bless. That's hard, man. You get addicted to it. Sure. You get to where you have to have it every day, and if you're not having it, you get a headache, and your body craves it, and it's like, so yeah. So
well, you got a double whammy there with the Starbucks, though, right? Because it's sugar, it's all the sugar and the caffeine combined, right? So that's like a double whammy when you start. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Well, let me add this here, and then we'll keep going. But again, the lesson we're talking about in class, and we're reminding our students, is that your body is very important, right? And we ask them, what are some things that your body allows you to do? Exercise, go on a hike, do karate, do baseball, just getting off the couch and moving around, right? And those are the things that our body allows us to do when we feel good and when we feel healthy. But when we're eating poorly and not feeling healthy, not feeling good, it doesn't allow us to do the things that we want to do. And I talked about, kind of some of the aches and pains that I was noticing in my body, knees, back. It all has to do with inflammation. That inflammation has to do with what I was eating and the extra weight that I was carrying because of what I was eating. And it's like, man, that kind of takes me away from a lot of the stuff that I really like to do because I feel maybe a little bit more sluggish, or I'm a little slow to get started. But when I know when I'm killing the water and I'm leaning things out a lot more, the energy is there. My workouts are even better. I even noticed recently that I've been sweating more in my workouts because of my increased water intake. And, as you sweat, your body's, getting rid of all the garbage, right? And cleaning out the system, all the toxins, right? Yep. So that's something that I've noticed huge. And I'm going to share something. I might get in trouble for sharing it, but I'm super proud of my kids right now. I didn't really tell anybody, and I don't know if they did, but I did 75 hard, several times. And, low key, they just jumped on and started doing 75 hard. Now they're getting ready to go on a vacation. So, they want to be, swimsuit ready or whatever. But I was so proud. I posted a picture last night. Maddie made me a dinner snack, carrot, celery, some cauliflower, baked in red hot buffalo sauce. Dude, and that was so good and so healthy. And I didn't feel, at the end of the night, I didn't feel all heavy and when you eat that heavy food, carbs, starchy stuff at the end of the night. So good on them for doing it. And it's just cool that it goes with the word of the month is nutrition. And here they are killing their diets and getting their workouts in. Reading. I was like, what? You guys are going to read? Mason's reading David Goggins.
Oh, the new book's good.
Oh, yeah.
The new book's
Not
good.
the new one. He's reading the old one.
Well, side note, parents, pay attention to what he just said. He led by example, right? Led by example by you challenging yourself, cleaning up your diet, doing 75 hard, working out, going to the gym, reading, eating healthy. And then what was the chain reaction? It caused both of your kids to make healthier choices. Like really, truly, I think there's a direct correlation between having the discipline, right, to eat healthy, to exercise, to make healthy choices, and mental discipline, the mental toughness that life requires these days. When you can be like, you know what, I'm going to have, a healthier meal instead of getting the fast food, or I'm going to choose to drink water instead of a soda. Like when you can have mental discipline and control of your life in little things like that, it's going to majorly help you in big things like that. And for you guys that are parents, think of the example that you're setting for your kids. I think that's huge. So props to you on that, dude. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So, it's so weird because you think like your kids aren't paying attention. You think your kids don't see those little things that you do, and they do. They pay attention to every detail, whether they say it or not, whether they admit it or not. leading by example is the only way to help your kids, no matter what age, because my kids are teenagers they're adults now, 18 and 21. Like, they can make their own choices, but they still, even at this age, see the choices that I make. And I'm proud to say that has given them a positive change for both of them.
Yeah,
so
it's so true too that kids learn by watching what you do, than
not by what you say.
To what you say, absolutely. So for parents that are watching, remember they're watching you, right? The things that you choose to say and do, how you drive in the car and react when somebody cuts you off, or how you feel.
My favorite
nutrition, all that stuff. They're watching, they're listening, they're learning.
My favorite quote when I was a kid, and I would hear this from adults, is do what I say, not what I do. And I'm like, I look back at that now and I go, that was the absolute worst advice ever.
We only have soda at parties. We don't keep it in the house. That's a good one. Yeah.
Keeping soda out of the house, when I get on these kicks, right? Because I always go on these little challenges and these things that I do. And talk about that mental discipline of like seeing it in the house. I'm like, can you please just not put the jelly beans out this year? Because I want to eat them. We have this full-on popcorn machine in our living room. You've seen it. And I'm like, it's so hard. But you know what? Like, sometimes I just look at it as a challenge, just that mental challenge of turn on. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. Listen, there's nothing wrong with having a couple jelly beans. There's nothing wrong with having a little popcorn here and there, right? I mean, doing everything in moderation, right? That's not my strong suit. I'm not very good in moderation. I'm one way or the other.
Yeah,
that.
Well, I'll give you guys a little guilty, just so you guys know, none of us are perfect here. Like you're saying, moderation, right? So my son, we're at the grocery store the other day, and he wants the Trix cereal. They got the new Trix Mini, those little tiny little balls, So I buy him the cereal. We don't usually eat too much garbage because, again, if it's in the house, I'll eat it. I woke up the next day, I smashed 2 bowls of that. Oh, it was so bad, but it was so good. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing too. Don't feel bad when you do something once in a while, all right? But the thing is do you have the discipline to where 80 to 90% of the time you're being disciplined, you're being healthy, you're right? And then every once in a while, a little something here or there, it's not going to kill you. But the problem is I think most people live the other way around, where 80% of the time they're eating garbage, and then once in a while they're opting for that salad, right?
Right.
So if people could start flipping that on its head and sit and saying, hey, a good general rule of thumb is, like we talked about last week's show, like Monday through Friday during the week, I'm going to eat healthy during the week. And then maybe on the weekends I can have something like she just said, the soda only at a party, right? Something where it's like once in a while we're celebrating a birthday, something small like that. That's okay. You have a piece of cake. That's okay. That's fine. The problem is you're eating cake and soda and garbage all the time, right?
Right.
So having the discipline to reset that, have that 80% be healthy is a better choice. So
yeah. It hit me too. It hit me when we started this weight loss challenge, and I was like, how long did it take me to inch up to where I was? And that might be how long it's going to take to kind of. So what I'm saying is, those of you that are, maybe struggling, it's not going to happen overnight, right? You can't go from like eating terrible for months and like change it in weeks.
No.
It may just take just as long to get it off. And then, just like Mr. K said, that 80-20 rule, 80 to 90% staying real clean. And I mean, we're all going to indulge at some point or another, right? Yeah. It's just how fast we get back on track, because sometimes we indulge. What's one more meal? What's one more? That one more turns into a week. It becomes a habit. And now it's hard to backtrack on that. So, if you're going to have that, I don't really like to call it a cheat meal, but if you're going to treat yourself with something, just bounce back with a healthy meal and a good workout the next day, and, just keep it going that way. So,
yeah, that's great. And for the people that are watching that, you want to do like a 6-week challenge or a 30-day challenge or something, that's awesome. It's a great way to kickstart it. It takes on average 30 days to create. Isn't it 30 days to create new habits, or is it 60?
I mean, there's lots of different numbers that tell you how many times or how many repetitions. I think 30 days is a pretty good rule of thumb, but sometimes it takes even longer to make that habit stick.
what I would encourage people to remember though is it didn't take 30 days to put the weight on.
That's right.
It's not going to come off in 30 days. Like it's going to take discipline. It's going to take you actually doing this and being strict like this for months, maybe years,
Right.
But it's worth it. It's worth it to live healthier. It's worth it to be able to move. It's worth it to be able to enjoy life. It's worth it to be able to play with your kids. It's worth it to be able to, just be healthier all around. So encourage you guys, man, be healthy. Set the example, parents, for your kids.
And for any parents that are out there that are watching, any of our parents at my school, your school, anywhere, I hear this a lot when it comes to, I'm going to start taking martial arts when I get in shape. Just do me a favor.
Gosh.
Just do me a favor and start taking martial arts now, because martial arts is what will, or whatever it is. Don't wait until a certain point, to get in shape. Like, do an activity that's going to help you get in shape. It's not going to feel as good in the beginning, but it is definitely going to pay off in the end. So I want to remind parents, if you're waiting for a reason to get off the couch or to get on the mat or to go back to the gym, stop waiting for that perfect moment, because that perfect moment was already yesterday.
Yep. Should have already started. Yeah. And here's the cool thing about martial arts too, for most of you guys that are watching, if you don't train, there is absolutely nothing else like it out there as far as an activity that you can do that's bonding with your child. If your daughter plays, softball, you can't go out there and be on the same team with her. You can't go cheer with her on the cheer team. You can't go on stage and dance with her at her little dance recitals or whatever. You can't play football with your son when he's out. You can't go block for him. Like, this is something you can do together that creates bonding, lifelong memories, and it keeps you healthy physically and mentally. So like, if you're not training as a family, man, you should really consider it, because it is such a life-changing experience. It truly is. I've never had anybody ever get their black belt with their kid and go, I wish I didn't do that.
Right. Now here's another thing for adults or parents that are watching. Like, if you're feeling any kind of stress in your life, if you got a lot of things going on in your head and you need something to kind of clear that, there is nothing better than just beating the snot out of a bag, hitting the mitts, maybe sparring or grappling or, getting real physical. That's always a good feeling to get that, especially when you got some stress going on. So lots of reasons, obviously, lots of reasons to get involved in martial arts. Now, listen, guys, we always finish this show just kind of hyping up the Raptor program. Raptor is just taking over, and it is the next big thing. It is the big thing right now, right? So I want to show you guys a little bit about what Raptor Extreme is. And in our school, just know that this is an opportunity for your student to take their training to a whole nother level, the next level, a higher level, and really have some fun with, different kicks, tricks, performance-based martial arts, as well as some of our kickboxing routines and our ever popular demo team. So I'm going to play the video and let you guys take a look, and we hope you enjoyed our talk today. We'll be back with another lesson on nutrition next week as well. And by the way, we are not nutritionists. We are not nutrition coaches. We are martial artists, and we're just giving you our advice on what we do in our life. And so I hope this helps you. But if you have any specific questions, make sure you talk to your doctor. Make sure that you're getting diet tips, if you will, or health tips from a dietitian who is registered and certified to give you that advice. So I just want to make sure we put that out there. You never know, right? We always get questions. Who knows? So that's it, guys. Anything to add, Mr. K?
No, just great seeing you. Can't wait to be back out there soon.
Are you going to come May 13th?
We'll see. Fingers are crossed. I'm trying to.
Come on, dude.
That's the plan.
Make it happen. May 13th. Big test coming up. All right, guys. Well, here's our Raptor Extreme video. Have a great rest of the week. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.